Chapter 3 The Firework Hangout. As Link prepares for the hangout day with the smiling critters, he can't help but feel a mix of excitement and anticipation. The previous encounters and experiences have only strengthened his bond with the group, and he is looking forward to spending more time with them. Meanwhile, the other critters are getting ready for the gathering. Dr. He has planned a simple yet enjoyable day out at the local park. At the agreed upon time, the smiling critters gather at the designated spot near the park. They exchange greetings, and a mix of laughter and chatter fills the air as they prepare to spend the day together. Dog Day stands with a picnic basket in hand, ready to kick off the hangout. Alright everyone, glad to see you're all here. I thought it would be fun to have a picnic day at the park today. So I packed snacks and drinks for us to enjoy. And see those fireworks over there? I'm lighting them tonight. The group turns their heads in the direction where Link is pointing, and they notice the fireworks display that waits in the distance. Whoa, sweet fireworks! Those are like amazing tonight. Wait, what? Since when you have fireworks, and how do you know how to light them? Link chuckles at their surprising questions. Well, I found the fireworks array in my attic, and I learned how to light them just for tonight. I've lit fireworks before, so it should be a piece of cake. Dorothy chuckles, impressed by Link's resourcefulness. Well, color me impressed. Looks like you're not only skilled with that sword, but you're also becoming quite the pyrotechnic expert. I'd rather be a swordsman than a pyrotechnic, whatever you just said. Kitkin chimes in with a smirk. Heh, can't blame you, kid. There's nothing quite like wielding a sword and slicing through the air. But hey, at least you got some cool fireworks to show off tonight. It'll be a blast. The group continues to chat and exchange light-hearted banter as they spread out on a blanket and begin packing the picnic basket. They sit down on the grass, the atmosphere relaxing and comfortable. Oh, what do you pack for us, Dog Day? I'm starving. Dog Day chuckles, clearly pleasing himself. Oh, I bought all sorts of goodies. Sandwiches, chips, fruits, some drinks, and even some homemade cookies that Crafty made this morning. The group's eyes light up at the mention of Crafty's homemade cookies. They eager away as Dog Day passes a plate filled with the sweet treats. Crafty blushes, a bit embarrassed by all the attention. Of course. Oh, you know how to spoil us, Dog Day. And the cookies look delicious. You look delicious, Crafty. You really outdid yourself this time. Meanwhile, Link was confused with the fact that Crafty made cookies in the morning, even though that the morning meeting was so early in the day. Dog Day notices Link's puzzled expression and chuckles. You might be wondering how Crafty managed to bake those cookies in the morning. Despite the early town meeting, trust me, it's no surprise. Crafty's quite early wiser, and she finds that time to bake something delicious even on the busiest mornings. Crafty chuckles softly, confirming Dog Day's words. That's right, I wake up bright and early every morning, and I find that baking is a sleeping way to start my day. Besides, everyone seems to really enjoy my cookies, so it's worth it. Well, I learned something to the news today then. Vicky chimes in, munching on a cookie. Well, you never hear me complain about fresh cookies in the morning. These are delicious. The group chuckles and continues chatting. Everyone enjoying the picnic spread and anticipating the coming fireworks display. As later on in the day, Link gets ready to light the fireworks even though he probably has no idea what he is doing. Now, where's the fuse on this thing? The smiling critters watch Link as rummages through an assortment of fireworks, trying to find the perfect one to light. They exchange amused glances, clearly finding it entertaining that the young hero seems to be a bit clueless for the fireworks. Having trouble there, buddy? Need some help? Don't worry, I saw a YouTube video. Just give me a few moments. The smiling critters can't help but smirk at Link's confident exultation. They exchange skeptical glances, wondering how well a YouTube video can prepare someone for handling fireworks. You sure you don't want any help, kiddo? Lighting fireworks is trickier than it looks. You know what? Yes, I need a little assistance. The smiling critters chuckle at Link's admission for needing help. They're all well aware of his permission for trying to handle things on his own, so this comes as a surprise. Well, finally asking for help, huh? Don't worry, I got you. Dr. walks over and stands by Link. You did say call for backup if needed, so I did. Dr. grins, appreciating Link's acknowledgement of the agreement they made earlier. He stands beside Link, ready to lend a helping hand. Well, I guess he did. Good on you for remembering. Now let's see if we can get those fireworks lit correctly. The ever-smiling critters watch on, still slightly amused, but secretly relieved that Link finally accepted some help. It's about time. I was starting to worry he was going to blow himself up. Kirkin nods in agreement, suppressing a chuckle. Yeah, I was starting to wonder if he had any dead fish. But hey, at least he's got Dog Day helping now. Link's mind was on what happened a couple hours ago, when he didn't cough back up in the alley when there was three bokoblins. As Link and Dog Day work on the fireworks, Link's mind can't help but wander back to the encounter with the bokoblins earlier that day. He recalls how he decided to face the trio on his own, despite the agreement to call for backup if needed. The memory weighs heavily on his thoughts. Link quickly clicks it off and watches the fireworks displayed like he did. With the fireworks now lit, a dazzling display of colorful lights and shapes fill the sky, illuminating the park in a magical dusk of colors. The smiling critters watch in awe, their faces bathed in the glow of the fireworks. Whoa! Those look amazing! I've never seen fireworks like this before. You really went all, kid. Impressive, Link, you did a hell of a job. Thanks. Dorothy smiles, pleased with the end result. Not bad for your first time lighting fireworks, eh? You did good. The smiling critters cheer and clap, clearly impressed with Link's work. Alright, who needs special fireworks shows when you got our own little pyrotechnic prodigy right here? It's Swordsman. The group chuckles at Link's quirk. They appreciate his playful correction, amused by his preference for being known as a swordsman. Swordsman, pyrotechnic prodigy, whatever you call yourself, kid. Whatever you call yourself. You sure know how to put on a show. The handout ends and Link and the others start to head home. As the day comes to an end, the smiling critters begin to gather their belongings and start preparing to head home. They exchange grins and chuckles, reminiscing on the enjoyable day they had together. Well, this was like quite a successful hangout day, if I do say it myself. Everyone had a good time, right? The other smiling critters nod in agreement, their faces still glowing with contentment. Yes, today was a great day. Can we do it again soon? Definitely. Come count me in for another hangout day anytime. As Link says his goodbye for the day, knowing that there will be another morning meeting tomorrow, he heads home. Link waves goodbye to the ever-smiling critters as he begins walking back to his home. His mind is filled with thoughts of the joyful day they had to be together. Despite the utter mishap of the bokoblins, he is feeling much better. As he walks, the sky starts to turn into shades of orange and pink, signaling the setting of the sun. The air becomes a bit colder, and the streets slightly become quieter. Link enters the house and looks at the clock, 9:15 p.m. So Link decides he has a couple hours to kill before he goes to bed. So he just plays some Nintendo Switch Sports on his Nintendo Switch, hoping to improve on the sports on there, knowing that he's not really good at them, especially golf. So he's not going to play golf. Link enters his quiet house, feeling a sense of comfort in the familiar surroundings. The sound of the door closing gently echoes through the room. He glances at the clock, noticing it's now approaching 9:15 p.m. With a few hours to spare before bedtime, he decides to keep himself entertained with some Nintendo Switch Sports on his Nintendo Switch. Realizing he is lacking skill in some of the games, he makes a mental note to stay away from golf for the time being. He plays for a little while, then he heads to bed, making sure that his stuff is ready for him in the morning, like his green tunic and his other gear and clothes. Link also likes to sleep with his blinds up so he can look for monsters and try to invade the town. Link spends some time playing video games, immersing himself in virtual companions. Once he decides it's getting late, he begins prepping for the next morning. He sets up his green tunic and gear within easy reach, making sure they're ready for the day ahead. As he does so, he ensures that his blinds are open, allowing him a clear view of the outside world. His habit of sleeping with the blinds open is a part of his protective nature, consistently keeping an eye out for any potential threats that might try to invade the town during the night. Link goes to bed, wondering what stuff will wait him tomorrow. The end of chapter 3. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and bye-bye. Goodbye. Peace.